Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's new video. And we're going to get started with Greyton's history. The origin was before Greyton was ever a country for Plastopia. They were first part of an empire known as the Grey Empire. The Greys used to have an island close to the country of Plutopia. When they invaded Plutopia, their goal was to spread their power and grow their civilization during the First World War Plastic. But that was short-lived when they lacked having military defense against the Plutopian resistance, which was led by the son of General Turquoise, Azul. The leader of the empire was Commander Eskin. Yes, but since his plan for having an empire failed, he and the rest of his country went by sea to look for a new start, and since they left their island, Plutopia took it over, claiming it as their own. Greyton over the years. They had managed to find land along with the other Armenian nations in 2009, and began to be part of the invasion of Litopia a year later. After the peace treaty with the Armenian and the Litopians, Commander Eskin and the remaining soldiers and civilians from his old country began to rebuild their country, and made it the new Greyton. During the Green and Tan War in 2011, they wanted to be part of the Tan side because Eskin saw great value in Doom, and became an ally for his war. After the war, Greyton had been isolated from other campaigns from May 4th through the 17th of 2020. During the war between the Armenian forces and the Galactic forces, Greyton fought with everyone to protect their country from their invaders, and after they won the war, they remained isolated. The Greys' first attempt to conquer Greenland was after the death of Commander Eskin. Eskin was dead one evening, and the country were looking for a new leader to lead their people and the country. They had trouble at first, but managed to find a soldier by the name of Major Vishko. Major Vishko's goal was, while he was leader of the Grey Nation, was to expand their country and rebuild the empire they once lost from the First World War. Greyton over the years, Part 2. Major Vishko's main plan was to invade the country of Greenland since they were the most powerful. But that would later result him and his family into spreading their country. This was known as the Grey Invasion Campaign. It lasted a week because Greyton's military force was small and weak, and they didn't have enough military force or power to fight the Greenlandians. Major Vishko was assassinated by a Greenlandian soldier on July 2nd, 2020. After Vishko was killed, General Hyman became the new leader of the country. While Hyman was leader of the nation of Greyton, they were once again isolated from conflicts that occurred from July 8th till September 28th of 2020. They were brought in as an ally for the Armenian forces during the Litopian invasion campaign, and when it was over, they once again remained isolated. So basically, a lot of isolationism. When the Great Armenian Civil War began, Hyman at first didn't want to be part of the fight, but he also knew that if he didn't, they would invade his country. So they were once again fighting for the defense of their country and their allies' countries. After the war, they were neutral and remained isolated from other conflicts until they were needed to discuss a peaceful way for the three nations of Tenio to cooperate during the negotiation war. Then they were once again fighting the Galactic forces because they were invading other countries, and Hyman saw an opportunity during the war that if they won, the Galactic forces won't invade again, which Hyman was right. The first time the nation of Greyton was invaded was during the Second World War Plastic, when they were trying to defend their country from the communist forces, but that resulted in them being conquered. When the war was over, they began to rebuild their city as well as the other countries that had been invaded during the war. Since then, they remained isolated again from other conflicts until June 15th, 2021. Greyton have been spying on King William of Litopia for so long, and they have found out about William's main plan and began to go to war with them, which resulted in them having a victory, and the country of Litopia was brought back into democracy. Greyton over the years, Part 4. Greyton remained neutral from all other wars from June 25th to October 11th, 2021. Then they had to defend their country once again from the communist forces during the Equality War, and they had their country under oppression until they were free once the war was over. On December 14th, 2021, General Hyman was kidnapped by Major Leon, and since Major Leon kidnapped the general, he sent men to attack the nation of Greenland. Leon's fight with the Greens, however, was short-lived because the Greens had found the general and arrested Leon for treason and committing a war crime against their men. General Hyman was back in control of the country and thanked the Greenlandians for rescuing him and his nation from being oppressed by them. Greyton once again had to defend their country from the communist forces for the third time during the communist invasion, but luckily the war lasted a week and the leader of Tyrrhenia was killed. Greyton over the years, part 5. And the other parts were from parts 2 and 4. 2 through 4. So, General Hyman died from pneumonia on March 2nd, 2022. The next leader that would take his place would be Franz Dineheimer. Dineheimer became the first chancellor in Greyton and was bribed to fight on Facerfili's side during the Litopian War. Dineheimer was forgiven when the war was over because he didn't know that Facerfili was using him to help take the Pasajan colonies in Litopia. After the Litopian War, Dineheimer began thinking of rebuilding their empire without using military aggression or force. So on September 4th, 2022, he started to make alliances with Gostra, Facerfili, and Kandahar. Their alliance was written on a document known as the Alliance Contract. The contract consists of terms that each leader must follow in order to make the alliance complete. And they also have a decision to leave the alliance if they wanted to, which was the result with Kandahar on September 18th, 2022. Even though Greyton's alliance with Kandahar was short-lived, their alliance with Gostra and Facerfili was strong and seemed very well for Greyton. On September 27, 2022, Dineheimer's empire was finally formed, which Dineheimer declared a celebration for his country's success and building the empire that they once wanted. Then a day later, after Greyton celebrated their success of building their empire, the Imperial War began. And Greyton was on the Allied side because Greyton wanted to help Golan and Ukraine fight against Tyrrhenia and protect his own empire that he finally managed to create. The end of the war resulted in Greyton and their allies recovering from the aftermath and being isolated for a while. Then during the Second Salopian War, Dineheimer knew that Greenland was going to war with Tasmania and their allies. Since Greyton's allies are also in Tenyo, and if Tasmania decides to expand, it would reach Facerfili and Gostria first, so Dineheimer decided to make an alliance with Greenland to avoid that situation. After the war was over, Greyton was given a donation of money from Greenland to help their allies recover from the war. And if you're wondering what country does Greyton represent, they represent as Germany. And, so, yeah. Anyway, that concludes today's video. I know it was a little short, but if you would like to hear more videos, then fill out the text poll I've made on my channel, because if you guys really want more videos, I want you guys to at least fill that out, because I only got one person that has wanted me to do videos, but not every single one of you. So please fill out the poll based on the options I've given you, and whoever has the most elected option on that poll, that will be the next video. So please do that, and also like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys.